have I done? Seriously. After watching Kellenstown's videos of why she left Massachusetts, I mean, the points were so valid that we just packed everything and left Massachusetts. I mean, what's the irony that we both live in Massachusetts before moving to Florida? We're like friends. She just doesn't know it yet. Eventually she will. If you send her this video, maybe she will. We could be friends. After all, we're both Gemini and I am too into flying airplanes. So I think we like a match made in heaven since, you know, I had no friends. But anyway, to the point. Yes, we have moved and we are now resident of the state of Florida. Yes, yeah. But why live in a state where there's the most financial help for people, I would say, and like assisted living or whatever that's called? And why live in the state where, you know, it's known for its anniversary and such things like that? Why did we leave? Well, it's simple. It's because we can and we did. Yeah, it's crazy how we think we cannot do things like that. Like, we are bound to where we were born or where we are raised or where our parents decided for us to live, but we are not. So I think the first thing that made us move was understanding that we actually could, and it was fine moving. But I know it can sometimes feel impossible, like moving across country, but let me tell you, we drove 22 hours, got here, got a job, find an apartment, almost furnish it. I mean, we got a table in less than 3 weeks. So I am here to tell you that it's possible. Yes, I suggest you to have some money behind. I mean, you don't want to live with just $20 in the bank account. If you have a little bit, it's going to give you more room and, you know, space for you to figure it out, but it's possible. So if anything comes out of this video, it's that you can do it. Where the beach is probably 20 minutes away if you pick your location right. Yeah, and I can keep going, but I won't, because I won't be so disrespectful to you, because who knows what you're going through right now. Probably you're just trying to keep yourself from freezing, and I'm here describing how amazing is the weather here. But yes, just the fact that I get to indulge in beautiful tropical weather in a daily, it's one of the big facts that we are here. But anyway, besides that, I do have some logical reason why we move. I have a Virgo moon after all, so I do have some key points I can mention and see if it makes sense to you to try to find a new stay for you. Number one, it has to be rent. Yes, I can talk about this for hours. Seriously, Jesus Christ, I cannot even start describing to you how horrible and disgusting is the rent and all that housing thing up in New England. I mean, like, and if you want to buy a thing that we were thinking about, you probably have to sell your kidney or maybe both of them kidneys to get a house that you don't even like because they're so shady, like really. And then if you find something that you really like, you're probably gonna have to sell your entire body, and then there will be nobody to actually live in that house that you bought. You know, like, what I'm saying is that you're basically gonna have to work so much to pay the house that you would never live in the house. So that's that. And then if you want to rent, we're talking about money. But I mean money. We're talking about money, baby. I really don't get how people can be just fine paying $5,000 a month on a rent. I mean, like, I could be rich, but it has to be a freaking damn place, not some 500 square feet apartment. And then you probably say to yourself, you know what? The city life is not for me. Let me try to move, you know, maybe 20 minutes away from the city. I can do that. I can drive. It's no problem. And you go and you find a cute apartment. You're like, well, this house looks nice. And then the price is great. I can afford that. And then you go and you call. And you're like, let me see if I can find some information. Hey, yes, I'm interested in a 1-bedroom. And then the other person goes like, yes, well, thank you for calling. We are an income-based property. So yeah, you're going to have to make this much. And then to qualify. And then also we have a waiting list. You're going to have to qualify. I mean, wait for your waiting list after if you qualify. That we wouldn't know until it's your turn to be on the waiting list. And yes, you can come by and fill up an application. Do you know what that means? That means you're probably gonna have to make $20,000 a year, so probably less, in order to qualify for those apartments who are brand new and you know, in the best place of the suburb, if that's what's called. And then you're gonna have to wait your late term, that is probably a year or something like that. But seriously, you fall into a place where you make way too much to qualify for the income-based apartment, because I mean, $20,000 a year, it's like a regular job. You're gonna make a little bit more, but then you cannot afford a $5,000 or even a $2,000 rent, and you fall in a place where like nobody's helping here, but we helping those who cannot, pay. We give them all the apartment, and the big one, the rich people get all the apartments too, but they can't afford it. So the people in the middle, they're like, screw you, figured it out. Seriously, this shit makes no sense to me, but I can keep going on and on this topic. And these people who are building this apartment, they keep making more apartment with charge systems, so like, income-based apartment, because the government or the state gives them a tax cut or whatever incentive, because somehow they're helping the state creating housing for the less fortunate, which I don't mind, like I understand, but my issue is like, why do we in the middle have nowhere to freaking go? But going back to the weather issue, let me explain what I mean. I mean, it's nice to go skiing. I like skiing. I want to learn how to snowboard. I don't know that yet. But you don't go skiing every day, 9 months of the year. So you might be suffering from being cold once in a while. And I, my friend, used to work for the post office, so I know what the cold can do to your hands. And I don't want to experience that again. I think though the bigger issue with me besides being cold, which I can bear, I lived my whole life in the cold. I don't remember being in warm weather. That's not the problem. My problem with New England is the fact that if it rains for a whole week. If it's not, it's really snow. It's probably a storm, and you don't see the sun sometimes for like 3 days in a row. And let me tell you, my friend, seasonal depression is a thing, because I do have that thing. Like once we start talking about the pumpkin spice latte, my friend, I start going in a deep hole right there. That's why I don't even like fall. I don't even like pumpkin spice latte, just because it reminds me of the things that will come. Yes, beautiful, the leaf change color, blah blah blah, but then at the end, that means the summer is over and we got nothing else to do. Because my friend, that's another issue. You got nothing to do. And I'm gonna pause that for you to like think about it, because I have never been in a place, and I've been in a few places, where you just don't find nothing to do. The only thing you can do in the winter, I'm talking, summer is another thing, but summer is only 3 months anyway. When you find something to do, it's probably just go with your friends somewhere to eat on Fridays or somewhere, or go to the movies. That's it. And I don't really like going to the movies. I like jumping and doing activities that I cannot do because and then relating to that change of weather and change of scene and fall coming in is the little amount of sunlight we get in the winter. Like, can you believe it's dark outside, like pitch black, like it's 10 p.m. And I can tell you by fact that this is extremely true, because you might think I'm exaggerating here, like 3 p.m. No, like I said, I used to work outside, the livery mill, and you know when it was the hottest part, when I didn't remember to bring my flashlight because it was 3 p.m. and it was dark outside, and I still have half of my roof because it is just, let's not talk about that. But I know how early dark can get over there. I know. And my friend, that affect me. That's like really seasonal depression. Like, so yeah, being here, the days are so long, and it feels like you can get so much done. The days are so long. It's like 6 p.m. and the sun is bright out, and it's 8 p.m. and it like now we're starting to have a sunset. I'm ready for that all year long. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. And whatever reason number, I don't even know anymore. But one of the reasons why we decided, was more influence in moving to a big city where we can afford the big city, was to be around more people, more race, more culture, more people in general. Because my friend, I am like in a little bubble. I haven't talked to my mom, my boyfriend, and my 2 cats. Yeah, that's 4 human and two human and 2 animals. That's not good. And I am in a mission to find friends, and we'll see what happens. Maybe Kelly will come my way and be like, we can be friends. We'll see. I'm like comfortable we could match. I mean, like, we can talk about airplanes all day. Why not? And the last reason will probably be because my new friend Kelly Stem told me to. So I got my butt down here in Florida and listen and move and start chasing lizard, because I did not know there was so many. And I don't even know if we should call it lizard, we should call it like iguana or something. They're so big and they're so green. I didn't know an animal could be that green. But yeah, they're a thing. I'm trying to be more comfortable, not really that much, but eventually we'll be friends, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, thank you so much for watching into the end. If you did, I want you to take one thing away, and that thing is that we are not bound to one place. We are not. Say it with me. We are not bound to one place. We are not bound to the place our parents decide for us. If you plan a little bit, and if you just think of the things that you like, even if you like the winter, you want to go there, you know, do it. But just plan it and make it happen. It's not that hard. It's a little hard. It's a little scary. I think it's more scary than hard, because putting yourself in a situation where you don't know what the heck, when you don't know the area, like we don't know the area, so how can we pick? We just Google. So basically that's the only comes to the Google. But yes, keep in mind that you can do it, and if I did it, you can, because I was the number one thinking that it's impossible, but it's possible. Just get yourself some good words of advice, and if you need to move, move. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.